good, peeps? Thanks as always for passing by the channel. Much appreciated. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. All right, so we get a name. Finally, we get a name. Oscar Rivas. That will be the name that Dillian Whyte takes on July 12th, O2 Arena, Sky Sports box office. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Obviously, a lot of people are disappointed. We wanted to see Povetkin, maybe Ortiz. Those were the two front runners in terms of what the people wanted. But we do get Oscar Rivas. And I have to be honest with you, straight off the bat, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. I think Oscar Rivas is a very good boxer. He might not be the name that casual fans wanted, but in terms of those that know boxing will tell you that Oscar Rivas can box. Oscar Rivas, and I'm telling you this now, April 21st, Oscar Rivas will cause Dillian Whyte a lot of problems. Trust me when I say that. I'm not just saying that based on the fact that he stopped Bryant Jennings in his last fight. I'm saying that based on watching his last 4 or 5 fights that Oscar Rivas can box. Oscar Rivas is better than Derek Chisora. Trust me when I say that, because I've seen a lot of people say things like it's a step down from Chisora. No, it's not. Oscar Rivas will beat Chisora, and I'm a Chisora fan. I know that for a fact. Oscar Rivas beats Chisora. I could even make an argument to say that Oscar Rivas is better than Joseph Parker. So look, is it the step up we wanted in terms of Povetkin or Ortiz? Especially when you think that Dillian Whyte is ranked number 4 or 5 in the world and Oscar Rivas is maybe around 12 or 13. No, it's not the step up. But you can't blame him. I mean, you look at what his counterparts are doing. I mean, who are they fighting? Who's Tyson Fury fighting? I mean, Tom Schwartz. I mean, it looks like Anthony Joshua is probably going to fight Michael Hunter. I mean, that's not his fault, but Michael Hunter. I mean, Deontay Wilder's fighting Dominic Brazil. I mean, no one's fighting the marquee guys. So you can't blame Dillian Whyte for saying, you know what, give me Oscar Rivas. You can't blame him at all. Some people are obviously upset that it's on pay-per-view. I mean, he's a pay-per-view fighter now. I mean, I've said this about Dillian Whyte already. Dillian Whyte's a pay-per-view fighter now. I mean, Sky, look, his last 2 pay-per-views done, I think, what, 400,000 a piece. What, Joseph Parker was around 400,000, Chisora was 400,000. You don't do 2 fights on pay-per-view that generate 400,000 in terms of buys and then go back to normal Sky Sports. You don't do it. That's stupid business. You don't do it. You stay on pay-per-view. You stay on pay-per-view. And if it's not a big enough fight for it to sell by itself, you load the card. And that's what Eddie Hearn's probably going to do. And there are talks about Derek Chisora versus Joseph Parker on the card, and there are talks about a Cody versus Lebedev. If you don't think that's a pay-per-view card, then I can't help you. If you don't think Lebedev versus a Cody world title shot and Chisora versus Joseph Parker, 2 guys that are gunning for that top 10 position, I think Joseph Parker's probably fallen out of it with 2 losses back-to-back, then, actually, sorry, he had a win, didn't he, after did it, but you know what I mean. Then I can't help you. I can't help you. But one thing I will say is don't sleep on Oscar Rivas. Don't do it at all, people. Oscar Rivas is a good amateur. He beat some good people in the amateurs. He beat Kubrat Pulev in the amateurs. I think in the 2008 Olympics, he beat Pulev and then lost to the eventual winner. I'm telling you, this guy's a decent level opponent, and trust me, Dillian Whyte will not be sleeping on this kid either. Remember, he was supposed to fight Tyson Fury, Oscar Rivas. His name was, I think, one of the favourites, and then eventually Tyson Fury chose Tom Schwartz. I mean, he's better than Tom Schwartz, and Tyson Fury chose not to fight him and fight Tom Schwartz. So they've seen something about him as well. He comes to fight. He is 31, but he's kind of the new breed of heavyweights that are coming through. And I say the new breed, you mean you put him, you put Michael Hunter in there as well. Guys that not many people want to fight. People expect to beat them, but you don't want to fight them because you know it's tough nights. And Dillian Whyte will be in for a tough night. July 12th or 13th. What do you guys think? Are you guys really that upset about Oscar Rivas? Is it because you wanted Ortiz or Povetkin? Or is it because you don't know too much about Rivas and you just think that Dillian Whyte's going to run through him? If it's the latter, it isn't going to happen. But if it's the first, I fully understand what you're saying. I wanted Povetkin and Ortiz as well. Especially when you think that Povetkin doesn't have no one coming up, and he said he wanted the fight. And I don't know what the fuck's going on with Ortiz. Obviously, looks like he's on a cycle and he can't get off his cycle. Peace.